Well, joining us tonight, Ken Blackwell, former Ohio State Treasurer, policy advisor to President Trump's transition team. Ken, great to see you. The president
Good to be with you, Lou.
It's great to have you, to see you. The president has been talking about prototypes now for a while. How convinced should we be about this wall going up?
Well, the president understands that there is a link between economic prosperity and national security, and that the wall protecting our borders is part of his national security plan. And so you ought to just bank on it. This president has been clear. He's basically said that we had a choice as a nation. We could choose to expand the welfare state, or we could create an economic opportunity society with economic expansion, job creation, economic uplift, and that would also translate into making sure that the men and women who are protecting us both domestically and globally were paid a decent wage, and that they had all of the equipment that they needed to secure our nation and our people's well-being.
You know, this president,
and he is the leader. He's the leader to take us there.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I certainly, you and I, as we've discussed many times, couldn't agree more. But here is the hard reality: things are worse than even President Trump acknowledged as a candidate, and he was the only candidate who was talking straight about where we had gone in misadventures, whether it was Iraq, whether it was in constraining our military. The awful cutbacks in our military. I mean, we have aircraft that are too often in daily, hourly use, upon which we depend greatly, that are over 30 years old on average. The fleets, of whether they're fighters or bombers, the Strategic Air Command is in even worse shape. We're flying 60-year-old aircraft.
Absolutely.
And the Army is dealing with, we've got 3 combat brigades. Are you kidding me? That's got to be fixed now. And this president is the only one driving the
absolutely.
message.
Oh, absolutely, Lou. And I hope that this success that the House and the Senate and the president are experiencing together will lead the Congress to continue to work with this president as he works to not only expand our economy, get us the growth that we need, to make sure that the money is put behind his 2 principal obligations as leader of this country and the free world. One is the security of this nation's people, and 2 is to make sure that we have economic prosperity. Because one of the things that he realizes, not only does he understand the nature of capital and the need to change the flow of capital coming back into the country, and he's doing this with this tax proposal, he also understands that
Ken,
the only way that we're going to be able to balance the budget, the balance the budget is to make sure that we, in fact, have the economic growth so we can put the money against the military and national security.
Absolutely. As he puts it, prosperity for all Americans. Ken, great to see you, my friend.
Absolutely, Lou.
Thanks for being with us.
I'm glad to be able to do the happy dance with you and Steve Forbes.
Anytime, partner. We'll let everybody worry about what we mean by that. Thanks so much.